Hey guys, welcome to part 2. I don't know if you've watched part 1, which is how to discover your purpose. Today we're going to be talking about how to brand yourself, personal branding. Samuel has done a great job in branding himself and branding what God has called him to do. Let's talk about it. Let's start off with why personal branding.
As you know, once upon a time, people connect more to the corporate face of a particular product.
Yeah.
In other words, people tend to connect with, whatever the name of the company is. Talk about Microsoft, talk about Apple, and Coca-Cola, and so on and so forth. But gradually, there's a shift away from that, connecting to the company to actually connecting to the face behind the company. People tend to want to know who is the face behind this phenomenon. Who is the face behind, all these things that we are happy about, these products, these things that people do. And as a result, people want to actually see, who that person really is. They want to know, how many children do you have? What kind of life do you live? And that has shifted things from corporate branding to personal branding. And companies are beginning to realize that personal branding is becoming more effective, because when people get emotionally connected to the face behind the brand, they buy more, they see more, they want to know more, and companies eventually sell more.
Wow. When is the right time to do personal branding? Is it, because you need to be very clear where you're heading. But more importantly, like, when did you find personal branding in your ministry and in your journey?
It's really important that you realize that it's impossible to really break through into the face of media these days without actually showing who you are to people. So if you really want to grow, if you really want to grow your personal brand, you want to grow in your business, then you must actually get into personal branding quite fast. And to do that, you've already mentioned, you must know who you are, because if you don't know who you are, how do you present who you are to the world? So it's really critical to realize that right from the onset, you are thinking about personal branding. And that's why I believe this video is really very important to whoever is watching this right now. No matter what you do, whether it's ministry, whether you are selling anything or you are making clothes or whatever it is you're doing, you must realize that the face behind the brand is really, really essential in today's world. And blame social media for it. Blame Instagram, blame Facebook. People want to see your face. They want to see your photos. They want to see the photos of your family, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, in order to be able to connect to what you do and what you sell.
And I think it's important that to just clarify that people trust people. People don't trust
very
an
important
artwork or
a logo.
They don't trust logos. So that's why endorsements have such a big impact in our world today, like Michael Jordan to whoever else is there out there.
So true.
So it's important to actually personalize your brand by actually having you in the forefront.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, what are the nuts and bolts of actually branding?
Oh, there's a lot of tips. There was a time I wrote about 20 tips to personal branding. And one real key is what we've talked about, knowing who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, there's a likelihood you would be presenting the wrong person to people. A fake version. And that doesn't last very long. It doesn't last very long. People would eventually realize that you're just being fake the whole time. So know who you are, so you know what you're presenting to the world. And that's number one. Someone might be asking, how do I know who I am? Is to connect first of all to your purpose. Like we talked about in part one of this. Go back and watch part 1. Connect to your purpose. Connect to the essence of your being. Connect to the reason why you're born. When you know why you're born, it's very easy to actually say that to the world. We call that purpose statement. You release a purpose statement saying, this is who I am and this is what I do and this is what you get when you spend time with me. Number 2 thing is you want to be authentic. Authenticity talks about sharing your story. So you've known who you are, but how do you get to become who you are now? What's the journey between who you once were and who you are now? How do you come to realize your purpose? How do you come about what you do? People want to see all of this. So that's why you see celebrities do throwbacks. That's why you see them talk about their stories. Literally, share your story. Share your stories of your failure. Share the stories of how you've fallen. Share the stories of how you came about some things through serendipity and so on and so forth. And number 3, one thing that really stands people out is you must have a style. You must have. It's important to have a style. Many people don't have a style, and that's why people can't connect with you. We're talking about logos the other time. Do you know why logos attract people? It's simply because of the colors and the way they're shaped and all those sort of things like that. And the consistency in seeing that logo all the time. Talks about style. You see some people, the way they dress is style. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. What he, it just wears that t-shirt and jeans all the time. That's his style. You can't miss him in the crowd. Same thing. You want to maintain a style. Don't need to copy anybody. Whatever it is that is your style, let it stand out. Nobody follows someone who is a mediocre. I was actually looking at someone's Instagram yesterday, and this lady, very consistent at what she does. She posts every day and all of that. But the real deal is that what she posts are so feral that they are not adding value to people. And it's really important to understand that what you're doing for people to follow you and to consistently follow you and to consistently visit your page and to be interested in what you have to say, you must be delivering it at an excellent level. In other words, you are really, really good at it. You are doing it at a level where even if they go somewhere else, they won't get the same content as they're getting from you. And talks about value. People follow value. Nobody just follows anyone anyhow. And with Instagram, it's Instagram, Twitter. Those are two places where people don't just follow you anyhow. On Facebook, if people had you as a friend, they probably don't go back to check whether you're still, valuable. At some point, Facebook would just stop, making them see your posts. But for Instagram and Twitter, I've noticed people are more conscious about who they follow. And why do people follow you? Except they're your family and friends that you've known before. If they don't know you from anywhere, it's because of the value that you offer. So check your value. Are you excellent at what you deliver? And do people get value enough from you? Have you clearly defined your niche? This is also very important. Have you clearly defined your niche? Many people do not have a niche. They post about everything and anything, and they wonder why people are not following them or they're not getting the kind of engagement that they should get. If you go on my Facebook profile, by the way, you will notice mostly I talk about purpose. And of course, I do not miss out on the elements of my authenticity, my story, my style when you look at my profile. Same thing. If you're watching this right now, you want to get a lot of following, a lot of engagement online, you must offer value. You must offer something excellent to people that people know that when they get on your profile, they know what they are looking for, and they are getting what they are looking for.
Wow. So let's just say I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm doing, but how do I grow that value so that people actually find engagement?
Very important. The currency to that is to actually read books, listen to people, have a mentor, follow people who do, who are within the same, sort of things you do. Let's say for instance, you're a motivational speaker. Follow other motivational speakers. See how they do, see what they post. See the sort of, level of value that is expected. And then you start to grow yourself to get to that level of value. You read books, you listen to tapes, you watch videos, you have mentors, you're following people constantly in order to be able to deliver at the level of excellence that will make people follow you, that will make you attractive to other people, attractive to the people who who really need what you have to offer. And another real key thing I've come to discover is to know your audience. Because all of us, we are not sent to everybody. And that's why I love the words of Jesus in Luke chapter 4 verse 18, I believe, where he was saying the Spirit of the Lord, he was quoting Isaiah, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, for he has anointed me to do this set of people, the brokenhearted, the captives and all of that. Knowing who you are sent to is very key, because then you know how to deliver your message. If you don't know who you're sent to, then you just write anyhow, you talk anyhow, you speak anyhow, you do videos anyhow. I've seen people do videos anyhow, talk anyhow, just because they don't know who their audience is. So you're not targeting the audience, and the people who are watching you, if they're not your audience, they soon fly away. And if they're your audience as well, because you're all over the place, they will leave. But when you know who your audience is, and then you focus your message on them, you know how to direct your message, you know how to structure your content, you know how to do your videos, you know how to do your posts, the kind of photos you use, and so on and so forth. Then you get the kind of engagement that you need.
So guys, I hope you've been blessed today. This has been such an impactful session where we've learned about personal branding. I want you to go watch this video again. Process it. What are you going to apply? Samuel has spoken about so many good things here, and I want to see some growth in your own personal life. Samuel, anything else you'd like to say, bro?
I just like to say it's important to maintain clarity. Know who you are, like we've said.
Yeah.
Be able to be authentic. Be authentic. Be your real self. Don't copy anybody, because it's very important for your personal branding. And of course, when you're doing this and you're consistent, in what you do, and you're excellent at it, without a doubt, many men and women will chase you and they would follow you.